Yeah, because it was. Thank you so much. So good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in right now. So as ma'am has already given a big intro that I have been associated with Olympiad success for a very long time now. And I really enjoy teaching. The few kids out here who have already been in my class before know this thing already. But yeah, for the new ones who are talking to me for the first time, yes, I have my subject matter expert in mathematics and logical reasoning. And today we are going to talk about logical reasoning specifically. You guys must be knowing this thing that logical reasoning is not taken up as a subject separately, right, in school. So why is it important, and why are we learning and planning to do this like entire course on logical reasoning? The primary reason for that is logical reasoning is going to check your intelligence level. Okay, so now when we are working on our intelligence, we are working in all the dimensions. And in very simple language, I'll tell you, mathematics, English, science, and related subjects would be all coming in together when we are dealing with logical reasoning. That's why I always say this to my kids, that logical reasoning, if someone is good at this topic, the person has to be good in the other topics as well, like of course math, science, English, because logical reasoning covers the sense of understanding from all those topics as well. Like primarily the benefit of doing these logical reasoning classes as a group is that we will not only be solving a question from one point of view, but a same question can be answered in various different ways. So if my way is done, maybe Udita will come up and say that, ma'am, I did it in this way. Similarly, Ketki will say that, ma'am, this was a little different from my way. My way is this. And if at all I find that something is not correct in your way, I'll correct you. Otherwise, if it's a new way, then we all will get to know a new way also. And we can choose from whatever way is suitable to us. So this is one really big benefit of having these sessions in a group as together here. And of course, we'll make sure that whatever we learn in a fun way so that we can apply it directly to our Olympiad questions also. As you know, Crest Olympiads has a complete paper on logical reasoning itself. So if you guys would be giving in that examination on the basis of what you learned from here, you would also be seeing the results directly as in a certificate of the examination. But along with it, logical reasoning is added up as a major section in all the other Olympiads as well, like your mathematics Olympiads, science Olympiad. So this is going to help you in that manner for sure, along with improving your skills to decode the answer in a faster and more better way. So we'll have a quick view of these things coming up in the demo, which is going to start in very few time. But before that, ma'am is going to show you an important PPT in which you have to take down the notes of when the class is going to start and other details as such, when other days when the classes will be held. And then if you have any questions related to that, all three of us here are happy to answer you quickly. So please use the chat box to drop any question you have regarding the course as well. Okay. So over to you, Monica ma'am, and then we'll quickly start with the demo. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So Priyasha ma'am has already hinted towards the flow of the session. Let me also reiterate the same for you. So children, now I'll be sharing my screen and showing you a short, brief, informative PPT, and you can note down whatever you find worth noting. And then it will be followed by a virtual tour of the dashboard of Olympiad success by Nitin sir. And then it will be followed by a question and answer round, in the sense that you can put up your query and we'll be happy to answer that. And then the actual demo will start. Okay. So allow me to share my screen. Just a moment. So is my screen visible? Okay, thank you so much. So children, a very warm welcome to the demo and interaction program for classes 5 and 6, reasoning batch 1. So now tell me, since you are able to see this figure on the screen, tell me which figure out of these is an odd one out. What do you think? Which one is an odd one out?
And I would demand an answer for the same as well. Okay. An explanation along with the option. So let me know.
So you can actually write your answers. Okay. So some of you are saying A, some of you are saying D. Then Matrani is saying both A and D. Okay, what is your reason? What is the reason? Why do you think it is A? Why do you think it is D?
There's only one correct answer.
Yes, there can be only one correct answer. And what is your reason? Why do you think? Rianshi is saying because the shapes are different. Okay, what else? Is that can be the only reason? Sanvi is saying A, Gunika is saying D. So what is the reason? What do you think? Why is it A or why is it D? Can you support it with a valid reason? Can you apply some logic? The direction also, Rianshi is saying. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, students.
Ma'am
You
would
need
like to give some hint.
Yeah, I would like to add up a part to that. So please apply a little bit of mathematics to your reasoning here. You would see that things would now help you in getting the answer quicker. You all are confused between A and D, right? Ma'am, can you show the slide again, like A and D
Sure.
and they will now make a quick decision that how they can apply a bit of mathematics to A and D and get the answer. This only 10 seconds after it, because this is a major hint.
Yeah, it is. So figure A, B, C, D, E. Which one is an odd one out? Because shapes are different. Gargi is saying. Okay, let me tell you the answer now. So children, actually, when you add the number of sides of each figure for A, B, C, D, and E, you find that figure A has 5 plus 3. See, 5 plus 3, 8 sides. Figure B has 4 plus 4, 8 sides. Figure C has 3 plus 3, 6 sides. Figure D has 4 plus 3, 7 sides. And figure E has 5 plus 5 is equal to 10 sides. So the sum for all the options is even except for option D. That is why D is the odd one out among these. Okay. So now you can see how logical reasoning is applied in your daily life. So as you already know, Olympiad Success is India's largest online preparation platform for Olympiad exams, right? And Olympiad Success Live is India's first exclusive live classes for Olympiad's preparation. School Plus is one of its own kind of annual program that includes 8 important courses that really matter at this point of time in your life. And these 8 courses include mathematics, English, science, logical reasoning, communication, both spoken and written, Vedic maths, and coding. Here you can get one-on-one online CBSE, ICSE, IGCSE, and IB classes for grades 2 to 10. And one-on-one preparation classes for international mathematics Olympiads like SASMO, CMO, HKIMO, TIMO, Math Counts, US Common Core Math Competition, Math Kangaroo, PRMO. So you can meet all our international rank holders for the year 2021-22. These are our brilliant star performers, and there are so many. Okay. So in the classes, these classes will be group sessions with batch size of around 20 students. The classes will be delivered through Zoom, and the tutors have significant teaching experience. So they are seasoned tutors. You've already met your Priyasha ma'am, right? Here you get 3 sessions per week, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Timings will be 5 p.m. till 6:15 p.m. with 5 minutes of break in between. So the flow of the session would be 35 minutes of class, then 5 minutes of break in between, and then followed by again 35 minutes of class. So the sessions would include a mix of theory, practice questions, doubt sessions, and discussion on previous year papers. Students, you also get reading material and practice questions, which will be available on the dashboard of Olympiad Success. Very shortly, you will get the virtual tour of dashboard. Don't worry. And you also get access to Olympiad Success platform so that you can practice topic-wise mock test for reasoning. So the syllabus is available at this particular link, and fees can be paid by clicking on this particular link. Don't worry, you will get all the relevant and important links in the chat box. And the fees for this particular course is 7,140, and it is going to be a 32 sessions course. Okay, the fee includes online classes, daily reading notes and exercises, practice of previous year papers, and access to Olympiad Success Platform for logical reasoning. Now, all that you require for these classes is a laptop or a desktop with good internet speed, and of course, camera, because we do not allow students without video in the class, and headphones for better audio clarity. Now, as you already know, that preparation for Olympiad exams is slightly tougher than your regular school curriculum. So all you need to do is spend at least 2 hours every day so that you can cope up with the curriculum. And of course, parental support is required at the back end so that answers are checked and concepts are reiterated. So children, as you can see that Olympiad Success has students from more than 3,800 schools across India and abroad and from 35 plus countries. Okay, so these live classes are starting from Tuesday, April 18, 2023. Now that's all from my side. Thank you. And I'll be pasting all the important links in the chat box. And now I would request Nitin sir to give you a virtual tour of the dashboard of Olympiad Success. All over to you, sir.
Okay, you're able to see my screen? Okay, so what you need to do is once you register for this course, we'll actually provide you login ID to access the dashboard. So what you need to do is you need to go to cressolympiads.com/test.net. I think I've already registered.
So you can click on my dashboard also and then log out if at all it's not logging in. My dashboard at the top, the second option.
No,
from the left.
I just need to, yeah. So what you need to do is you just need to, no, it's okay, I think. So what you need to do is with the username and password. So you go to olympiadsuccess.com/login. As we would be giving you username and password, you would apply that and you'll actually land into the screen. First page is obviously login, the profile page. So in case some details are incomplete, you'll have to fill that out before you would be able to access it. Then I think the most important link is the live classes link, right? So once you click on live classes, there are a few things that you would see. So on the left, you have the subject for every subject, right? So let's say if I select reasoning, you would be able to find all the topics that are going to be covered in the class. So I'll just take an example. Let's say direction sense test. Okay, so you would see that we do have, let's say, practice questions as well as the answer key. And on the top, we have the reading material. Similarly, for other topics, so let's say if I take analogy. So analogy, again, we have the reading material, we have the practice questions as well as the answer key. Now, what you need to do is after every session, you're supposed to read the material, you're supposed to look at the questions and then answer it and then tally the answers with the answer key that we have. Just to show you a broad overview of how the reading material would look like. So here you have, like for chapter number 13, analogy, which is for class 5 and 6. You would have, so basically you have an overview of what the topic covered. And then there's some brief explanation as well as some questions which are going to be there. Okay, so once you have done that, yeah, then you need to have the practice questions and then the answer keys. Answer keys, I think, is very simple. You'll have the questions with some brief explanation and the answer, right? So let's say for answer one, now question one, it will be answer one for one, it is C, and then there's a brief explanation. What we also provide is the schedule of the entire session. So does anybody remember how many sessions are there? Anybody? Okay. So I think we have smart people. So the answer is 32. So what we have is in this sheet, you'll also see that. So in session one, we'll be covering coding, decoding, part one. In session two, it will be the part two of coding, decoding. And then you would see that there's some test. So after every few topics, we'll have a test which is going to be conducted and which is going to be discussed in the class. So similarly, like we would see that in session 8 also, we have another test which is going to be there. And overall, we'll have how many? 32 sessions, right? So we'll have last few classes which are going to be super classes. Now, what super classes means is, one, you can solve any doubts that you may have. And then we are going to take few more mock tests before the class, and those will be discussed in the regular classes. And apart from that, we do have a holiday calendar which is there. So in case you're not sure whether the, okay, I think it is just opened elsewhere. Okay. So here you can see that we do have the whole holiday calendar as well. So that in case you want to cross check and whether the holiday is there or not, you would be able to see here. I think so that's pretty much about the live classes. And then similarly, in case you want to do a little bit more practice, you would be able to get access to these logical reasoning worksheets. And as you can see, there are multiple worksheets for a single topic. So just for analogy and classification, there are around, I think almost 9 or 10. I think what I'll do is I'll also take one of the examples, how this is going to work. Okay, so basically what you need to do is you'll have questions, you'll have to answer it. And yeah, once you start answering it. So I think this is basically for practice. So I think the practice that you do, and in case you get stuck, you can always bring it to the Priyasha ma'am in the next class. Okay, and once you finish, you would also be able to see the performance, right? So what it means is, so let's say for this particular question, the correct answer was A, and since I didn't attempt, it's not showing the answer. Similarly, you can go down and look for other questions. So I think second, I remember that I had taken. So the correct answer is answer D, and your answer was B, right? So you can see whether you have attempted it correctly or not. You would also be able to see how many questions you attempted, how many were correct, and how many were wrong. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it for the worksheets. And yeah, if there are any further questions, I'm more than happy to take related to the course.
So, sir, we have already got a question. How can we know when the exam registration date is there?
Yeah, so I think once you join Olympiad Success courses, I think once in a while we do send out WhatsApp messages regarding the registration for various Olympiad exams. So we would definitely be able to help you out. Does that answer your question?
Also, would you be registering the students at your own?
No, so we would not be. So we are basically a preparation platform. So we don't do any registrations on behalf of any other organization. We would just send out the dates of other organizations who are going to be taking. So I think I'll tell you what happens, right? So there are certain organizations who take registrations individually where you can apply on your own. And there are other organizations where you can register only through the schools. So obviously for the ones which are going to be where you have to register through the school, only the schools will be able to inform you. And there are a few other organizations who take individual registrations. So for that, we'll be sending you notifications.
So a question has come up. Do we need to route it through school?
Yeah, so for the exams which are conducted by the school or through the school, obviously you'll have to register through the school. And those who take individual registrations, we would be sending you information.
Okay. So fees, they are asking. So fees is 7,140 rupees. Okay.
Yes.
How the queries will be managed?
Yeah. So I'm assuming that how are the doubts going to be managed? So the way it works is that I think, as I told you, you would have access to the reading material. You would have access to the practice questions as well as the answers. In case you face any doubts or anything that, let's say, ma'am had told, we'll also be able to share the access of all the videos of the class. So in case you have any doubt, you should be able to raise it with Priyasha ma'am, either in the when you start the session or towards the end. So generally we dedicate around 10 to 15 minutes in every session, which for doubt solving. And then you would have seen that after every 3 or 4 classes, we do have a test, right? So apart from discussing the test, we also share the doubts, right? So anybody who has a doubt on a particular topic, you would also be able to raise during those sessions where the test is going to be discussed. And even towards the end, right, we have super classes. So you feel that a particular topic you're not very comfortable with, or you need some doubt solving. Again, you can bring it towards the end, which are part of doubt solving. But I think, see, super classes. But I strongly recommend that as soon as you have doubts, please try to clarify that in the very next class.
Any other doubt, students? Please feel free to ask.
So there's one more, I think, in case a session is missed, will it be compensated? Now, what does it mean? I don't know. So in case you miss a class, first of all, you should not miss the classes. In case you miss the class, we are going to be sharing the video recording of that session so that you should be able to read and see it on your own. And if you have any doubts, you should be able to bring it to ma'am.
How the parents will be informed about the students' progress?
Correct. So I think as I mentioned, so after every 2 or 3 sessions, right? Generally, it happens after every 2 topics. We would be taking a test, and the details of the test, right? The score that your child has, the score that he or she has got, we would be sharing with all the parents, right? So then you would also be able to see how your child has performed vis-a-vis the other students.
Any other doubt? No doubt.
No doubt. Any idea why? So again, I think I know that Priyasha ma'am had discussed about the importance of reasoning very much in detail. Does anybody remember what Priyasha ma'am told? Like, why is reasoning so important? Anybody who wants to raise his or her hand? Okay, Rakshan, can you unmute Rakshan? Okay, Rakshan, I think I've asked you to unmute. Yeah,
Sir,
so why is reasoning important?
Sir, it is important, sir, because
Yes, beta. Why is it important?
sir, it is important. Sir, it is important for all the topics, sir. For example, mathematics.
Yes, this is exactly what Priyasha ma'am
all
mentioned.
the other Olympiads, crust, etc., sir.
Okay. So I think I definitely commend you because you were listening, because there was exactly these few points that Priyasha ma'am had mentioned. One, she mentioned that CRES Olympiads conducts an exclusive exam only for reasoning. And second thing that she mentioned was that if you are studying reasoning, that will help you in all other subjects, be it science, mathematics, even English, right? Because then that's actually opening up your mind and you can start thinking laterally, right? So good. Very good job, Beta.
Gargi and Sahiti have also tried to answer your question. If you are nice at reasoning, you'll be good in all subjects. Gargi, because it has all subjects.
Okay. So what we'll do is now I'll hand it over to Priyasha ma'am.
So we have, I think, query.
Okay.
Rianshi is asking, is reasoning and mental math classes are going to be different? Do we need to get registration for both separately?
Yeah, so currently we don't have any classes that we have started for mental mathematics that are planned, but we have not started that. So right now we have classes for mathematics, right? So primarily for students who are writing mathematics Olympiads, right? So they can opt for mathematics Olympiads preparation classes, which are going to be useful for you in case you are appearing for the exams which are conducted by Science Olympiad Foundation, CRES Olympiads, Silver Zone. So some of these exams, I think these classes are going to be important. And reasoning is obviously separate. So yeah, so I think the answer is yes, the registration will be separate.
Any other query? Any other doubt?
All clear? So can somebody tell me in how many weeks the course is going to be over? I know it's not reasoning, it is more of mathematics, but a little bit of reasoning is need to be applied. ML 8. Okay, I'm not sure. 32 weeks. Come on. Is it 32 weeks or 32 classes? Okay, I don't think 8 is also the right answer. So in how many weeks the classes are going to be over? 32 weeks? Definitely not. So just want to give you a hint that there would be 32 classes, right, of 75 minutes each, which are going to be conducted on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. 11. Samreen, I think you're absolutely right. Okay. So obviously, when I say there's a little bit of reasoning also, when you divide 32 by 3, right, what do you get? You get 10 and like 2 extra dates, right? So obviously, when you say how many weeks the class is going to be over, you need to take the entire week, and that's the reason it is 33. It is 11 weeks. Yeah, Sai Saket, I think hope you got it right. It is going to be 11 weeks when the course is going to be over. So with this, what I'll do is I'll actually hand it over to Priyasha. She is going to take, I mean, I can tell you that she is wonderful. She'll take a lot of chocolate questions. And to know what are chocolate questions, I think we'll have to wait and hear Priyasha ma'am.
True. Thank you so much, sir. So everyone is ready now. We'll get started with the demo. We have a very nice and easy topic of logical reasoning. But to be very honest, this topic will give you hints that what I was telling in the beginning, it has science, it has English. So yes, this topic is specifically in logical reasoning, will draw topics from general knowledge, GK, science, English, maths, everything. So we'll have this. Okay, we'll start off with this. Everyone would be using the chat box to send me the answers, and please send the answers only once. Okay, no one will be spamming. So we will take up a detailed discussion where we will first be talking about what is analogy, how do we actually build the logic around the question, and what's the general procedure. Now remember one thing for logical reasoning, it is very simple for a person who does two things. Number one, he has or she has attempted that kind of a question. Kind of course, you might not attempt the same question, but that kind of a question you have attempted sometime before. That type of questions can be easily done. Second, if you practice over the same process and how to know that process, in this class, we would be learning that only. For example, I'll not tell you all these things theoretically. Rather, I will give you an example and we'll talk about it. See, the definition of analogy as per the dictionary says something similar to the other thing, right? So when we are finding out the similarity between two things, two numbers, two alphabets, we are trying to find the logic. So every time, remember, your step one should be finding the logic. Okay, find the logic will be your step one. So whatever is the relation given in the question for the first part of the question, you would figure out the logic from there. Whatever logic you got, like, ma'am, I'm just adding a one here, ma'am, I'm just going to the next letter, ma'am, I'm just skipping 3 and getting the next letter. These logics will be applied to the second part of the question. So apply to the question. Now we will see how it works with the help of an example, a very simple example, of course, to start our day with. Okay, so let me quickly give you an example right here on your screen. So what is the meaning of this colon sign? How do we read it out? A is similar to. So this similar to is the meaning of colon. And what is the meaning of the double colon? In the same way as. That means whatever was the relationship between these two things, the same relationship will be seen in between this and my answer option. So apply your brains. I give you 15 seconds and then we'll start. Who was that? Sahiti. Don't spill out this right now in the demo. That's true. That chocolate questions, you would not be getting physical chocolates for that, but you can keep a note of the number of chocolate questions you have done correct. So that by chance, sometime you meet me in person somewhere, you can demand for those chocolates. Okay. Shreya, Shriyan, Sahiti, Samreen, Gunika, Sanvi, Kapish, Tuti, Sanvi, Shevi, Sahiti, and Rakshan have given me the answers. All right. Rianshi as well. All right. So 15 seconds are over, but I still got more answers from Advait, Udita, Nilagra. Very nice. Okay. So let me start right now. Okay. Very simple. We'll start off with the positions. The first letter is the capital letter. That has gone to either here or here. I'm not sure because both are capital D only. But the other small capital D has become a bigger capital D. So when I'm not sure where these D's have gone, I would simply say that, ma'am, I have reversed it. 1, 2, 3 has become 3, 2, 1 with the uppercase uppercase D staying as uppercase, the lowercase d becoming capital, that is uppercase, and the smaller case or the lowercase a staying as a, but becoming number 1. Now, I know if you apply the same logic, you would say that, ma'am, in that case, we'll start with a B, then we'll go and write a R and then another R. But as I see that the last 2 letters are capital, so I should have a B capital R capital R. That's option B. But you know what? The same question can be done in a matter of 5 seconds by making the options our friend. Now, do you know what is the meaning of that? Using option elimination technique, you can make options your friend. And as we all are preparing here for Olympiads, time is a very important factor. So we'll try to make sure that the time for solving each question is reduced as much as possible. Now, I know that my answer should have 2 capital letters towards the end and should start with a lowercase letter. And that is only followed by one option, that is option B. Only option B has 2 capital letters towards the right side and 1 small lowercase letter at the beginning. And that makes the answer, right? All of you gave me the right answer except 1 or 2. Now, I am very serious on this thing. I have told this to my mathematics students as well. And I want to tell this to every student present here also. It's not something which I will keep as a secret for my regular classes. I'll just tell you all the same thing in your demo as well. There is one thing which everyone should maintain: a tiny notebook or a tiny diary, which is called as error log. What do we call it? Error log. Now, this is a small notebook or a diary in which you can note down what mistakes you did in the question. And after 2-3 days, or let's say after 1 week, you will read through all the mistakes you did in different subjects, so that you will never ever repeat the same mistake again. The problem with all us human beings is that we forget what we did wrong in the previous time. And that's why we keep on repeating our own mistakes, isn't it? This will not happen if you maintain this. So please maintain this along with your notebook. Always keep this diary next to you so that you can make a note of what went wrong. Okay? I will go to the next question now, which is on your screen. A super easy question for which I will not give you more than 45 seconds. This is where English comes into picture. So as I said, if you're good in logical reasoning, you're good at English also. Go for it. Okay, we start with Shreya and Shriyan. Sai and Sanvi. Another Sanvi, Chevi. Sahiti. Sai Saket. Ishan, Advait, Arakshan, Mitrabinda, Shreya, Kapish. Good. Nilagra. Nice. Eva, Jivan. Oh, Jian. Okay. Hi, Jian. Okay, fine. So many similar faces I see. Shreya, Udita, Sanvi. Welcome back to this session as well. So C is the first letter. Now there is a purpose. Now I know most of you have got the right answer, like Gayatri, Riyanshi, Sanvi, Udita. I know your answers are right, guys. Okay. But you should know the right process as well. Gargi, Vian, Samreen. Nice. Okay. Now know the right process. The right process always, no doubt, follows the same technique. The first letter on this side is related to the first letter on this side. How is C and M related? For knowing this, you need to know the place value of the alphabets. Which alphabet is, like, which number is representing C? It's the third alphabet from left. So it's 3. Very good. And for M, well, there's a very easy method to remember for M actually. You just switch it over 90 degrees on the right and this looks like a 3. Now I already know that 3 is taken up by C. So there is 2 possibilities, 13 or 23. 23 will be way too away, close to Z. So that's not possible. We are left with one option, which is 13. Now, if you want to convert a C into a M, that is a 3 into a 13, you have to add 10. That's a logic, but I'm not sure of this. So I'll check it with C and N. Now, as you see, you would be like, ma'am, I just got another logic. C, D, E, F, M, N, O, P. It's in a sequence. So the difference between them has to be 10, right? D is 4, N is 14, plus 10. Yes, Rakshan. E, 5 plus 10, 15, O. F, 6 plus 10, 16. That means my logic is confirmed. My logic is plus 10. Now, the moment, everyone, raise your hand in the Zoom reactions tab if you think that H, that is 8, plus 10 would give me 18, that is R. The moment you get that, you ticked your answer B in and did not waste a single second checking for STU. If you did not check STU, raise your hand. I can see 9 hands raised up. That's great. Okay. So that's a check for all the other students in the class right now, that you people can really make options as your friends by reducing the time in solving each of these questions. Thank you for raising your hands. You can now put your hands down. We will go to the next question on the screen. Here we go. Now, this one is tricky because this one is related to general knowledge. Go for it. If traffic is to road, which of the following options has a same relationship as traffic and road? I knew that, Rakshan. You would go for that option. Anyone else who wants to support option A? Shriyan comes up with a C. Okay. Samreen C. All right. Saiti A. Riyan, okay. Metrani A. Riyanshi D. Okay. Shreya Jian Sanvi Nilagra Gayatri Gargi Shreya Sai. Okay. Udita. Okay. Kapish. All right. Vivian, Sanvi. Oh, so we have mixed answers. Nobody thinks B, so I will quickly eliminate option B. But what's the explanation for traffic and road? Now tell me one very clear thing, okay? Very, very clear thing. Traffic is moving on the road. Yes, traffic is moving on the road. Can we say that traffic rests on the road? Vian and others who are giving A as the answer. Can I say that traffic rests on the road? No. If A would have been my answer, aeroplane rests in an aerodrome, car rests in a garage, but just like traffic flows or moves in a road, even blood moves in our veins, isn't it? So this is called as slight difference between the options. The only difference between A, C, and D was that these places are relaxing or resting places, and this is the place where the blood moves, not stores or rests. Sai and Eva, you can type whatever you want to type in the chat, or if you forgot to unraise your hand, you can unraise it now. Okay, so moving is the reason. Okay, Saiti realized it. No problem. Good, good. So whatever went wrong, make a note of it so that you don't repeat it in future. And congratulate yourself that you saved yourself from doing a mistake in the examination by actually doing a mistake in the class. So that's good to do mistakes. Okay, now we come to the maths section. All right, Sai. Maths section. 20s to 30. This is very simple. Like, it's just to tell you the understanding of increasing and decreasing numbers. If my number is increasing from 20 to 30, there can be two possible logics, addition or multiplication. Since 30 is not a direct multiple of 20, so I would go with addition. Yeah. So if I add, I see the relation is plus 10. So the only logic which will follow plus 10 will be my answer. Similarly, for the second question, plus 10, 60. I don't want to wait for your answers in this question. This is just to tell you how mathematics is going to come into the picture. Okay. Now let me give you a real-time question on it. Here it is on your screen, example number 4. Please answer me this question. And those who have answered will give a quick read to the process of determining analogy. 39, 33. First number is greater than the second number. So I'll check for difference or I'll check for division. Of course, 39 and 33 are very close to each other. So we'll go for subtraction logic. And I know that if I subtract 6 from 39, I'll get 33. So if I subtract the same number from 66, very good, everyone, we'll get 60. The logic is -6. Simple, isn't it? We have some interesting questions coming up. Okay, moving next. Now this one is interesting question number 2. The traffic one was number 1. This is number 2. What is happening here? This is a new category called as 3-word analogy. 3-word analogy means these 3 letters, dog, squirrel, and tail, are related to each other in a way. You can make a sentence around it. So try to make a similar sentence with the option A, B, C, D and see which one is working the best. Oh, so many B's. Okay. So those who are saying me B, quickly answer me in the chat. What is the similarity between fish, crocodile, and water? What is the sentence which you made? Some are saying D also. Okay. Those who are saying B, please quickly tell me. Riyanshi C. So Riyanshi, you will also tell me the sentence. Guys, make a sentence and send it. Ishan, same for you. Okay, Maitrani and Jian says both live in water. So fish and crocodile live in water. This makes sense. Fish and crocodile lives in water. Dog and squirrel live in tail. Not the same sentence. Okay, Sahiti. Similarly, this is out. Option A, no one said, so I'll not explain. Cottage and hut are like not at palaces. No, it's anyway wrong. Gunika says that just like dog and squirrel have tail, horse and ox have horns. What is the problem with option C, anyone? Horse and ox have horns? They have horns. What's the problem? Gunika, like fish and crocodile live in water. So the word have and live are different. You cannot make them a same sentence. Sanvi Shaivi, I got it. Dog and squirrel have a tail. But oh, Udita, that's the right thing. Horse does not have horns. So that is the reason why option C is out of the game. Yes, Tuti, option D is correct. Truck and scooter have gears in them, just like dog and squirrel have tails. Sai is like, oh yes. So that's how interesting it is, right? We'll move quickly to another interesting question, which is from a different category. That is chocolate questions, as Nitin sir was saying in the beginning. These are some special questions which you people might expect in the coming examination, or sometimes I also give the previous year question paper to you in the chocolate question, for which you will not get any physical chocolate, but you can keep a note of the number of chocolates you are ought to receive. Okay, find out the relation between AI and S, and whatever relation is between AI and S, find the same relation between AG and the answer option. And the only hint I want to give you is the place values. Tada, place values. Okay, Sai, would you take some pain in writing down what is your logic? Both the Sai's have answered. Gargi has also answered. Can you write the logic, Gargi, Sai? Tanveer, Samreen, Stuti, Harshini, Kapish. Good job. What about your logic? Wow, Samreen. Thank you so much. Samreen has given me the logic. So what is the place value of A? The place value of A is 1. What's the place value of I? I is 9. How would I remember that? See, in the first class itself of our regular sessions, we would be learning that, okay? Like if you write I in cursive handwriting, you would see that it looks very similar to 9. So that's the easiest and silliest way to remember that I is 9. Now, when you write both of them together, it becomes 19. And which letter has a place value of 19? S. That means if you keep the place values of the two numbers, I mean two letters, you would get the next letter. If I do the same thing with A again, which is 1. Now G, the simplest way of remembering G is writing G like this. I can guarantee you for life that if you write G once like this on your notebook, making a 7 out of it, you would never forget in your life that G is 7. And therefore 17th letter is letter Q. So my answer for this question would be option B, Q. Simple as it is, right? Very, very simple. Okay, time for the next question. Already thumbs up. Okay. First chocolate question successfully done. You can make a note so that when you meet me in the regular classes, you can tell, ma'am, my current chocolate question score is like 1, 10, 20, like that. Okay. All right. So let's start off with a very, very easy question. This is the fastest finger first. I'll take the names of the first 10 people giving me the right answer. Okay. Sahiti first. Sanvi second. Samreen third. Rakshan wrong. Kapish fourth. Shrey fifth. Jian wrong. Sixth. Shreya. Eight. Sai ninth. Gunika. No. We had Udita also, right? Udita ninth. 10th would be Sai. And then Gunika. Gunika, you just managed. Huh? Bian, that's wrong. Maitrani, that's correct. And others, it's correct. Patient pays the doctor for doing the work. That means doctor is doing the work of the patient. Similarly, lawyer is not doing the work of file, judge or magistrate. Lawyer gets the money from the client. Client is paying money to the lawyer. So therefore, the relation would be tada, simple option D. Any questions, any doubts? Nope. Okay, remember that judge and the magistrate is nowhere related to the lawyer because they are the people who actually give the decision. So they are not related to the lawyer. They don't pay the lawyer and anything like that. Okay, this is a question of GK, isn't it? So we did questions on English. We did questions on maths. We also did questions on GK. Correct? Now we'll move ahead and do a question on maths again. Here it is on your screen. This is a level 2 question, everyone. That's the level 2 question, and possibly this would be the second last question for the day. This is a level 2 question, which I will show you in 2 different ways, the solution. Try it out, please. Okay, Gargi. Okay, Shreya, Sai. I'll not reveal whether your answers are right or wrong because I want everyone to attempt it. Tanveer, Stuti, okay. I'll wait for another 30 seconds. Sanvi, Shevi, Rakshan, Sahiti, Riyansh, Kapish. Okay. Guys, chat and let me know. Even if you get a wrong answer, you would only be learning something from the class. So never feel shy to answer just because you're afraid that what if I get a wrong answer? If you get a wrong answer, you are in more beneficial position than the others who are giving the right answer. Because number one, you are learning something new in the class. And number two, you are saving yourself from doing a very, very silly mistake in the exam. Very good. Okay, Jian, Samreen, Shriyan, Gayatri, Udita, Eva, Maitrani, Mitra Binda, okay, Sanvi. All right, fine. Now it's my time to explain the question. Ishan, well done. Now it's my time to explain the question. 66 and 12 is a very difficult number to reach, isn't it? Does not come directly in the table of 12. What's the relation? Quite problematic. Now, this is why is it level 2? Because the way of thinking is different. How I'll tell you. I look at 66, I look at 99. What is the HCF of these two numbers? Can you tell me which is the number which can equally divide both the numbers? Highest number, highest common factor of 66 and 99. Not really, Gargi. There is one more higher number than this. Very good, Gunika. Very good, Shriyan. Very good, Sanvi. That's 33. Sai, you can also divide both the numbers by 33. Imagine. So if I divide 66 by 33, I am going to get 22. Am I right? But I will say that still 22 is not related to 12. Now, level 2 questions are questions in which we do two operations. In which we do two operations. What? This is the first operation. Division is the first operation, and then I will do subtraction. Minus 10 would give me 12. So what did I do? Divide by 33. My logic is divide by 33 and subtract 10. Now I'll try to put the logic in 99 and see if my answer option is matching or not. So I'll go to 99 now. Divide 99 by 33. What do I get? 33. Yes. 33 minus 10. Am I getting an answer which is present in the options? Yes. Right, Samreen. I get 13. Good, Sahiti. So therefore, my logic is this, and my answer is option A. That is 13. Is everyone okay with it? Now, why is it a difficult question? Because not everyone is able to find out this number. How to know that you have to divide exactly by 33? Now, this comes with practice. So it's not that only watching one demo session on logical reasoning will make you an expert in logical reasoning. You will have to practice it every single day, and then you would come to a certain level where your mind would already know that this can be the possible thing which we can do, and so let's try. And the second thing, which is applicable to everyone, you as a student and me as a teacher as well, logical reasoning is all about hit and trial. That means your first logic did not work, no problem. Try a second logic. Second logic did not work, try a third logic. So always go by hit and trial. I can, yeah, Jian, I know that. I was trying to move ahead, but some of my old students caught this thing. So they said, ma'am, if I do minus 10 from 33, I would be getting a 23. So how come 13? Yes. Anyone would like to answer? See, I'm really happy. I was about to move to the next slide, but someone stopped me, like Jian, Sanvi. Okay. Okay. Oh, you all found it out? Okay, very nice. So coming on a serious note, I was trying to check how many of you are attentive in the class. A bunch of you are. So where is the place where I started doing the things in a wrong way? Tell me the place where I started doing the things in the wrong way. This part. If you divide 66 by 33, you don't get a 22. You just get a 2. And how can I get a 12 from 2? Plus 10. Ta-da! Similarly, if I divide 99 by 33, I get a 3 plus 10. Now, is it fine, everyone? So, kudos to the one who were paying attention. I'm going to do this a lot of times in the class also, just to check who is paying attention. Okay? So, fine then. With this, we come to the final and the last question for the day, which is, how was the session? I would be meeting you people on 18th of April. That is the regular classes day. And before that, ma'am has already shared some links on the chat. You all can refer to those links or drop a message to Olympiad Success WhatsApp number, where you will get all the details about the sessions and any other queries if you have so. Okay. So over to you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So children, I think you enjoyed the session very much. Yes?
Thumbs up.
Okay, show me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Wonderful, Udita is saying. Very good.
Thank you so much, Udita. Guys, you all also can write down in the chat. No worries in that.
Yeah. Appreciation is, yes, more welcome.
Easier
Okay.
to write.
Yeah. So Sabrina finds it amazing, and Ishan and Sai, they all found it fun. Okay. Matriani, it was fun. Good. Rakshan says nice. Can't explain how good it is. Tanvi is saying.
Thank you.
And Jian is saying awesome. Very good, children. Very good. Shreya is saying it was helpful. Eva is saying it was so fun. Rianshi is saying amazing. Thank you so much, children, for this overwhelming response. Now I have again pasted some links in the chat box. If you want, you can, avail these links. You can copy paste them. You can click on them, and you can register for the classes. Kapish is saying it was best. Thank you so much. Thank you, children, and thank you, parents, and thank you, ma'am, for taking out time and delivering this wonderful session to us. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, children, for your patience, and thank you for your positive support. Hope to see you in the classes. Okay, so don't forget to register for these classes. The classes are going to be all the more fun. Seriously. Okay, so on this note, we would like to take okay, yeah, we would like to say goodbye. So wave your hand, say goodbye.
Thank you for joining, everyone. Bye-bye. See you
Thank
in
you
the
for
regular
joining. We are taking
classes.
leave now. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. Bye-bye.